Chapter 1. Sergeant at 17. Herman Scearce was 16 years old when he lied about his age and joined the Army 2 weeks after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Herman's mother had a little brown mantle radio, bought on credit along with everything else in her rented house, and that December, when Herman switched the radio on and fine-tuned the local frequency, it buzzed with news about the attack and speculation about what the Japanese might do next. Scearce had never heard of Pearl Harbor. He couldn't remember whether he had even heard of Hawaii. Maybe it didn't matter, because he did understand that Americans had been killed and U.S. Navy ships had been sunk. Geography certainly didn't seem to matter to the young men forming lines at the U.S. Army Enlistment Center at the Danville, Virginia post office, just a half-mile walk from his home. Marvin Marshall was Herman Scearce's cousin, his mother's sister's boy. Both were 16, worked dead-end jobs, and they were bored. One of them, Scearce doesn't remember who, suggested they should go join the Army that day, right then. The cousins walked down the hill to the post office and got in line. Marvin was ahead of Herman, so he got to the recruiter first. "Age?" "18, Marvin lied. "Prove it." Marvin shrugged. He couldn't prove he was 18. The recruiter handed Marvin a form and told him to come back after he got his mama to sign it. Marvin grinned sheepishly at Herman, stepped out of the line, and turned to walk home. Scearce stepped up to the recruiter. "Age?" 19. Without looking up, the recruiter gestured Scearce along, and his enlistment began. As his cousin returned to Danville's dull routine, a doctor gave Scearce a quick physical, and on December 22nd, he boarded the silver Richmond-bound bus at Greyhound's Main Street terminal. Uncle Sam covered the $1.95 one-way fare. From Richmond, a waiting Army bus took him to nearby Camp Lee to be sworn in to the United States Army. "How do you say that?" a supply clerk asked, looking at Herman's name on a clipboard in front of him. "Scearce, just like the word scarce," Herman replied. "Well, Scearce, just like the word scarce. These ought to fit." And soon Scearce had all the clothing and bed linens and toilet articles the Army thought he needed. The Army issued high-top shoes to the new soldiers and sent the men on a long hike. Soon Scearce was in the base hospital, his left ankle badly swollen from hiking in his stiff new Army shoes. While he was treated in the hospital, the men who entered Camp Lee with him shipped out to their basic training locations, and a new group moved in. When Scearce was finally returned to his barracks from the hospital,